I just love a guy who can rev me up and get my engines going. Of course, some dudes are more like mechanics than race car drivers, but no matter. Here's Steven with his insight on the latest in car models to get your adrenaline pumping.
Nissan says it's part myth, part vision, but 100% obsession. Known as Godzilla and the battle god of Japan, the Skyline GTR has become an iconic machine, revered by all with unlimited horsepower capability and an elusive mystique, as they weren't originally offered stateside. However, for 2009, Nissan has scrapped the Skyline branding, but achieved a higher echelon for performance by finally exporting their living legend to the North American market. The GTR has returned. It debuted back in 1969, but the last time we saw the Skyline GTR was 2002. That's when it gained most of its fame and success. Fast forwarding to now, the 2009 version has more than 470 horsepower and all-wheel drive. The supercar is a GR6 dual-clutch 6-speed and can go from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Nissan considered a V8 for its next GTR, but has opted instead for a specially developed twin-turbo V6 due to the lower weight and explosive power potential. A limited edition 2005 model GTR Z-Tune, fitted with the now superseded twin-turbo straight 6, generated over 500 horsepower, showing the potential of this car. Britain's Cosworth is helping Nissan extract more than 450 horsepower from the upcoming 3.7 or 3.8 liter V6 while still meeting emissions laws. Luxury means having a DVD-configured satellite navigation system and Bose Entertainment Pod. This high-powered sports car is hitting the streets of Japan first, but for us Americans, pre-orders for the GTR will begin early next year. Sadly though, the supercar won't be hitting our freeways until June 2008. The 2009 Nissan GTR, through the pure science of performance engineering, has made itself well known as the new muscle of the Nissan roster, not to mention that the anticipation and build-up for this car's North American release has helped immensely in building up the GTR's popularity and fame. From every angle, it exudes the prowess of its famed lineage. However, if you really want this car, you better get your wallet ready. The premium version of the Nissan GTR is expected to be more than $70,000.
Amateur night at the Apollo? Well, not here per se, but here's one stand-up guy giving you your 60-second dose of comedy.
Well, right now in America, if you have a Middle Eastern or Muslim last name, it can be difficult, that's understandable. But there is a benefit. If you have a Muslim last name right now in America, you're probably immune to identity theft. Think about it. What person trying to go unnoticed can pretend to be Muslim? Like, I honestly have a friend whose first name is Osama. He could leave his driver's license and credit card in a crack house. No one wants to be Osama anything. And if you doubt me, we've all seen the identity theft commercial. It's always like this white old lady's like, someone's pretending to be me. They bought a house in my name and they went on vacation. You'll never see this commercial. My name's Abdul Musa Rahman Abdallah. Someone's pretending to be me. They're buying things. They bought pork and alcohol. Nobody's asking questions. What is going on in this country?
Remember last summer on the premiere night of Transformers? Before the movie, you saw this. You probably turned to the person next to you and asked, what the f*** was that? And after the movie, you raced home and Googled January 18th, 2008 and researched it for the next 6 months. Well, research no more, my friends, because Cloverfield has finally hit theaters.
Tonight's gonna be the best night ever.
From the same guy who brought you Mission Impossible 3 and Lost comes the internet's most blogged and talked about monster movie about a giant creature that terrorizes none other than New York City. So how did the director and cast keep a tight lip about this project?
Basically, our friends and family were the people that we could show to the movie as we were making it. Normally you're able to take a movie and show it to audiences so that you can get a response and sort of as you're editing. And the one thing that our friends and family provided for us was they became our audience. It was like, okay, well, we can't show this or it'll end up on the internet. So is this working? And that was how we kind of made the movie.
If you said anything, I mean, we had to sign confidentiality papers and we had to do the whole thing. So we had to keep our mouths shut.
Like close friends, a lot of like, well, just tell me. I mean, what do I care? I'm going to tell anybody.
It's fun to keep the secret though. So most of the time everyone knows everything that you're doing.
And what was the biggest challenge for director Matt Reeves?
Well, the challenge was to find a way to shoot traditional scenes in a very untraditional manner. So normally you'd have multiple angles and you could use different sort of close-ups and cut them together and create a scene that you wanted. And in the movie, what I would have them do, instead of doing many different angles over the course of an hour as we were shooting the scene, we'd do many different takes. And I'd have the actors themselves hold the camera in some scenes. And that was fun and fresh.
And what does the cast think about their oversized co-star?
So different. It's so scary. It's so big. It's just unreal.
Well, what's it look like? Does it look like Godzilla? Does it look like Mothra?
Makes those other monsters look like a bunch of a-holes, if you ask me.
So if you still haven't seen what all the hype is about, then check out Cloverfield, now in theaters. Side effects may include dizziness, nausea, and rapid heart rate.
Did you know that you can actually burn more calories making out with someone than doing the nasty? It's true. Google that shite. Anyway, here's a little something to tickle your bone. Hey, I mean your funny bone.
If a woman tells you she has a little angina, what does she mean?
I don't know. I don't get to find out. I leave.
I don't even think that's a word.
That's a word.
A small vagina, I guess.
That's like the little thing by the vagina. It hangs. Yeah, like the hood.
I have no idea.
You guess?
No, I don't want to.
She's a hermaphrodite? I don't know what that is.
No comment.
Heart problem?
That's right. Good job.
Still to come, Andrea's insight on the Verizon Voyager, a sneak peek of the Dark Knight trailer, and some Hollywood girls on heavy lip locks. All this and more only on E-Asylum.